Hi, and welcome to All About Adulting. I'm your host, Kimberly Buckley, and I'm the library manager at the Concord Library. I've been planning adulting programs at the library for a long time, and I was also a teen librarian for many years, so I feel like I have a lot of experience on this topic, and I hope that you will enjoy this mini series geared for high school and college students. I know these last few months have been hard for all of us, having to stay at home, and I hope that everyone is staying safe and healthy. And since we can't go to the library, I thought I would bring the adulting programs to you. And I hope you enjoy this week's segment. I also want to give a big shout out to all of the 2020 graduates. Whether you're graduating from high school or college, we are all so proud of your accomplishments, and we want to say a big congratulations to you all. Way to go, class of 2020. So, before we get started on our topic of the day, and if you're just tuning in for the first time, I usually go over what adulting is, and I get asked this question a lot. And the question I'm asked is, what is adulting anyway? And adulting can mean a lot of things, but the real definition actually means to do grown up things like get a job, pay your bills, or do your own laundry. But the number one point of adulting is that you are being independent on your own and being responsible. Okay, so now that we know all of that, we can move on to what I think is the more fun aspect of adulting, trying to figure out just what you need to know and how to apply it to your life. So, here are some of the topics that we'll be going over in this mini series, and you can see that some of these are very, very important skills for living on your own. And even though this might seem like a lot, you can totally do this, and I'm here to help. So, our topic today is all about self care and how you can make sure that you take time to take care of yourself. The definition of self care is doing activities on purpose in order to take care of mental, emotional, and physical health. So, today I'm going to go over some of the basics of what you need to know about self care. And this is a really important part of being an adult and living on your own. And hopefully, looking at the different ways that you can actively maintain your own well being will help to make things a little easier for you. If you do a little work now, and if you're more aware of how you can find outlets for your own self care, you may find that you'll be a lot more relaxed and ready to take on life. And guess what? You only have one you, so you better take care of yourself. I've got some ideas to share with you on this topic, so let's get started. Okay, so when asked this question, do you take care of yourself? Most of us would answer yes, and we would probably even think, what kind of question is that? Of course, I take care of myself. But then, when we are asked, how do you take care of yourself? Well, that's where the tricky part begins. If we can't answer this question honestly, then we might need to take a look at some of the ways that we care for ourselves. So, where do we start? Well, there are a few basics that you can follow. One is find a routine for your self care. Over time, you will find your own rhythm and routine. You will be able to try out more activities for self care that work for you. Self care needs to be something you actively plan rather than something that just happens. It's an active choice, and you must treat it as such. Add certain activities to your calendar, announce your plans to others in order to increase your commitment, and actively look for opportunities to practice self care. You might try to keep a conscious mind on what works for you. In other words, be aware of what you do, why you do it, how it feels, and what the outcomes are. So, I'm going to go over some of the different activities that might help you to get some ideas for your own self care. Oh, I really wanted to start out with this one first. Carving out some me time is what you really are going to need to do in order for you to take care of yourself. Your me time should really be a part of a routine that you do every day. Sometimes it isn't that easy to set aside time, and especially when you have a lot going on in your life. But learning to carve out some me time within your busy schedule is really a necessity to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. If you start now and you try your best to make it a part of your daily routine, you'll be really glad that you did. Many of the activities that I will be talking about today in this segment don't require a whole lot of time. Some only take up 15 to 20 minutes of your day, and that's not a lot of time to preserve your mental and physical health. And remember, taking time for yourself on a regular basis is what really counts. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about meditation. The popularity of meditation is increasing as more people discover its benefits. Meditation is a continuous process of training your mind to focus and redirect your thoughts. You can use it to increase awareness of yourself and your surroundings. Many studies have shown that meditation is a way to reduce stress and anxiety and also to develop a deeper concentration. People also use meditation to help develop other beneficial habits and feelings, such as positive mood and outlook, self discipline, healthy sleep patterns, and even increased pain tolerance. Some forms of meditation can help you have a more positive outlook on life, and research shows that maintaining an ongoing habit of meditation may help you maintain these benefits long term. Meditation is something that anyone can do to improve their mental and emotional health. The great thing is that you can do it anywhere without special equipment or memberships. Also, there are meditation classes that you can join, and there's a great variety of different styles of meditation too. Trying out meditation is a great way to improve your quality of life, even if you only have a few minutes to do it each day. So, yoga and other types of Eastern methods of activity involve stretching, improving flexibility, and connecting with your mind. This is all helpful for stress reduction and wellness, and yoga techniques have been used extensively for thousands of years. The best way to learn yoga is by going to a class, but if you don't have time to go to a class, you can also find some great how to YouTube videos online. Some of the benefits of practicing yoga are it improves concentration and energy levels, it reduces stress and anxiety, it releases anxiety and feelings of negativity, it brings clarity and calmness and relaxation. It enhances stillness of mind, improves memory retention, creates a deeper sense of self awareness, and encourages creativity, self expression, and self confidence. Practicing yoga on a daily basis can be a powerful tool for self exploration and mindfulness, and maintaining a regular practice of yoga can help to balance the body's chemistry and physiology, and it will benefit your well being, which is a perfect way to maintain your self care. So, the benefits of exercise. Exercise can be done in a many different ways. There's training for strength and endurance, or there's doing some kind of aerobic activity that gets your heart rate up. But really, even a simple walk during the day is a great exercise. Exercise does help you to be physically fit, and that's a great thing. But did you know that it's also a natural way to help decrease stress and anxiety? Regular exercise has been proven to have a very big positive impact on stress, and it also helps to improve memory, sleep better, and boost your overall mood. And you don't have to go all out and become a fitness fanatic to reap all of these benefits. Evidence suggests that by doing any type of exercise, you can actually help your nervous system to become unstuck and begin to de stress. Exercises that involve cross movement that engage both arms and legs, such as walking, running, swimming, weight training, or dancing, are some of your best choices. Outdoor activities like hiking and sailing, mountain biking, rock climbing, and skiing also have been shown to reduce the symptoms of stress. And exercise also helps with a stronger resilience. When faced with challenges in your life, exercise can help you cope in a healthy way. And remember, it's okay to start out small. In fact, that is a smart way to begin. It's better to set achievable goals and to build up from there. Oh, now we're going to talk about nutritious and healthy meals. As you know, when you're on the go all the time, busy with school and classes and studying and going out, and having fun. Sometimes, eating healthy and nutritious can sometimes be the last thing that you're thinking about. But for you to be healthy and take care of yourself, you really need to make healthy food choices. And here are some things to keep in mind. Look after yourself. Your health is important and it's affected by what you eat. As often as you can, eat your meals with your family. Lead by example. Encourage your family and friends to make healthy food choices too. Try to eat 3 meals every day, plus 2 or 3 healthy snacks during the day. You can also need to drink plenty of water. Also, take time to eat a healthy breakfast so you have enough energy to fuel you through the day. And a great idea would be to help prepare family meals, and you could even have one night a week when you cook dinner for the whole entire family. All right, I know this is probably easier said than done, but you need to get as much sleep as you possibly can. This is because getting restful sleep is a very important factor for your well being. More than a third of young adults report that they get less than 6 hours of sleep a night, which has made chronic sleep problems a growing public health concern. Sleep deprivation is detrimental to a person's thinking and their physical and emotional state. And most young people need 8 to 9 hours of restful sleep to function at their best. I know this isn't easy to fit into your busy schedule filled with school, work. You've got screen time and meetings with family and friends, but it sure has a big payoff if you get enough sleep. Try to have a regular sleep schedule as much as possible. You'll generally find that your internal clock will remember when to fall asleep and when to wake up, and then you'll be on a good path to getting a healthy night's sleep. Oh, this is great. Self expression and creativity. Choose a creative outlet to convey your thoughts and feelings. This could be journaling, writing poetry, or just writing stories, painting or drawing, doing photography, dancing, or any creative outlet that you like to do. The key here is to channel your emotional state through some kind of art form. You don't have to worry if you think that you aren't good at drawing or writing poetry. The point here is to just not think about what you're doing and let your inner creativity come out. Let yourself become relaxed and free and don't feel like you have to create something perfect. I know this because I am not a good artist at all. I can't even draw a good stick figure, but I have found ways to be creative, like working with watercolors or colored pastels. And this is really fun too because you just start to go with the flow and immerse yourself with what you're creating, and then you see what happens. And when you let yourself go and let the creativity come out, it can help you to get rid of any negative thoughts or feelings, which is a great way to take care of yourself and practice your own self care. All right, it's time to turn off your phone and disconnect. I know it's going to be hard, but you really need the time to try and reconnect. If you can turn your phone off even for just an hour or so, you'll see how you can refresh your mind. Okay, so here's my back in the day story. Well, back in my day, we didn't have cell phones and we had these big old phones, and mine was hanging on the wall in the kitchen. And you had to dial the number. It was called a rotary dial, and you would dial the number and it would go round and round and it would go and it would take forever to dial the number. And anyway, mostly we only used the phone if we wanted to call someone to make an appointment or find out how late a store was open or something like that. We'd call our friends and we'd talk forever on the phone, but we didn't carry it around with us and we didn't stare at it all the time and it didn't beep and buzz with notifications every few seconds. So, because we are so connected to our phones now, if you shut it off for a little while, you might have a little discomfort about not seeing everything right away, but just stop and think. How many texts or Instagram stories or other digital communications do you really need to see immediately? Probably only a few, maybe not any. But once you try disconnecting from your phone, you never know. You might actually find it refreshing to have a break from those constant notifications. All right. Research has found that meeting with friends and talking about what's going on in your life, including past events you're still trying to process, prevents major burnout and promotes well being. Group connections are really important for fostering resilience and releasing chemicals in the brain that support well being. And the activities you do with friends don't have to be just talking. You could do things like work on art projects together, make crafts, or play video games, go on hikes, have lunch, or any other kind of fun activity. And you shouldn't put the pressure on yourself to have a large number of friends. It only takes a few good friends to make a big difference in your life. And now we're going to talk about animal friends. If you have a pet, then you probably know that spending time with them is a great way to de stress. I am not sure if this actually works for me. Right now, I have three dogs and two cats, but I would say that they're all pretty cool buddies of mine. But spending time with a pet and taking care of them and feeling their unconditional love is something that is really awesome and it helps us to feel better. If you don't have a pet, that's okay. Maybe you have a friend or a family member that has a pet that you can spend time with, or try volunteering at your local animal shelter or pet adoption organization. There's actually a volunteer job called a pet hugger. How awesome is that? Well, pets not only make our lives richer, they also help us to live longer. And as much as we take care of them, they find ways to take care of us too. And studies confirm that our animal companions help us in many ways, from boosting immunity to reducing stress. They can even sniff out illnesses using just their sense of smell. So, whether you consider yourself a dog person or a cat person, or maybe you love horses, or maybe you love birds, having some kind of furry friend or feathery friend around can have a huge health benefit for you. So, there's a reason why we love our state and national parks, our waterways, and our beaches. Think of the times that you've enjoyed a great sunrise or sunset, or you took a scenic hike, or rode your bike in a park, or played in the snow, or just took a walk around your neighborhood. Remember how it felt? Well, there is something to our relationship with the outdoors that makes us feel good. And if we can allow ourselves a few minutes not to be rushed or disturbed by our busy thoughts, and we walk in nature or walk outside and breathe the fresh air, we will feel the peace and tranquility that flows through our minds. Most of us really love listening to music. We might like a certain style or a really great singer, or we just love the lyrics or meaning of a song. And that's all great because there's plenty of music out there to listen to. But did you know that research shows that listening to music also improves our mental well being and physical health? Well, there are a few good reasons why listening to music is beneficial for us. For one, music increases happiness. If you're ever in need of an emotional boost, it only takes about 15 minutes of listening to your favorite songs to start feeling energized. And this is because your brain releases dopamine, a neurotransmitter that leads to increased feelings of happiness, excitement, and joy when you listen to music you like. Music also decreases stress. If you listen to music you enjoy, it decreases the level of stress. Stress causes 60% of all illnesses and diseases. So the good news is that if you can lower the levels of stress, you will have a better shot at overall well-being. One study even showed that a group of people playing various percussion instruments and singing had boosted immune systems compared to the people who were just passively listening. While both groups' health was positively affected by music, the group playing the instruments and or singing had better results. So for maximum benefits on a stressful day, turn on some music and sing along and don't be shy, just sing out loud. It'll be fun. And one last thing about sleep. Over 30% of Americans suffer from insomnia. A study showed that listening to classical or relaxing music within an hour of going to bed significantly improves sleep compared to listening to an audiobook or doing nothing before bed. And since we know music can directly influence us, it only makes sense to throw on some Beethoven or maybe some Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon before bed when we are in need of a good night's sleep. So, random acts of kindness, also known as RACs. If you haven't heard of this before, a random act of kindness is an unexpected act of charity or helpfulness and is often done for a stranger. Examples might include pay, paying for a coffee for the person in line behind you, or helping a person cross the street, or offering to say hello to a crying baby while the parents are shopping. People generally use the term to refer to acts performed for strangers, but random acts of kindness can also be done for friends and family. Random acts of kindness may help to improve your mental health. There is some evidence that says that helping others can be a great way to bring positivity into your own life. Some people find that their own problems seem less severe when they help others. While a random act of kindness is definitely not a substitute for mental health treatment, it can help people feel better about themselves and those around them. And here's a few statistics. 96.5% of teens have performed a random act of kindness. 88% of teens have been on the receiving end of a random act of kindness. 85% wanted to pass along the kindness to someone else. And 56% of teens who had a random act of kindness performed on them had done it at least 7 times. So it doesn't have to be big. Many teens learn that kindness, especially a random act, doesn't have to be a grand gesture to be significant. Being kind is simple as sharing a smile. And kindness can save lives. Of course, big acts of kindness can literally save a life. Some teens wrote about times that strangers helped them when they or their parents were hurt, and sometimes a stranger's kindness has snapped a person into feeling more positive and helped to give them a better direction in life. There are a number of ways you can show kindness to someone unexpectedly, and here are a few simple suggestions. You could send a handwritten letter to someone that you care about. You could thank someone who provides a service to you, like a barista at the coffee shop, or your mail carrier, or a teacher, or even a friend. Offer to help when you see someone burdened by a heavy load, someone who's struggling to open a heavy door, or trying to cross the street. Pay someone a compliment. Just say something nice to someone that is genuinely a nice compliment. Assist a neighbor with yard work, or share some fruit or vegetables from your garden with friends. Well, I could really go on forever talking about all the different things that are helpful for you to learn about self care, like hanging out with friends and spending time in nature. And I hope that you've gotten some good ideas on what you might want to try out for yourself. You should definitely try out meditation if you haven't already. And also, please practice finding some kind of creative expression that works for you. It will really help you to explore your creative side, and it's good just to try it out for practice. And anytime you're trying out something new that will help direct you toward adulting, that's a good thing. And it allows you to grow and move forward, which also helps you to be prepared for adulthood. And remember, it takes time to learn all this stuff. And also remember, there will be trial and error. And of course, you can make mistakes. That is totally okay. And just relax though and know that you're doing fine and you'll be ready in your own time. Well, that's all I have for you this week. And I just want to thank you for tuning in. And I hope you enjoyed this segment of our mini series. And if you have any questions or want to know more about adulting, I'd be more than happy to answer. I have my email address listed here in case you want to contact me. And I'm Kimberly Buckley, and this has been All About Adulting. See you all next time.